King is back, baby. I'm on gas. Yo, Flex with it. He's fat.
You there, sitting at home, acknowledge me.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Turnbuckle Weekly Podcast. First one in a week. We took a week off because life is hard. My arm's wrapped up like a freaking gordita.
I almost died.
You almost died. Yeah, Leon almost died doing back body drops. I wasn't there. I was, the baby had RSV and we were in the hospital and everything. And I was like, I'm so disappointed to have missed Leon die. But anyway, guys, I don't want to sit here and chit chat for too long because we've got a guest that's been on one of our short lists for a very long time. Also completes another bingo. We've never done a couple before. We've never done two people romantically involved before.
That's true.
We usually just don't have that fall into our laps that way. But this time we do. Without further ado, 3-time WWA champion,
Bam.
Former hardcore champion. I've got a bunch of other accolades written down I can't find. Lizzie Six, everybody. How you doing today?
Hey, what's up?
Look, we've been wanting to do this one for a while. We constantly are sitting down making our, we try to schedule it by the month. And next month's our Black History Month stuff. So it's like Onyx and EB and Michael, or MK, excuse me, Kayfabe brother. But trying to get them booked, and we keep being like, where are we fitter? Where are we fitter? Where are we fitter? And because we got this guy asking and this guy asking and this guy asking.
But it only feels right.
It came together the way I wanted it to. And we finally got you going here. When we had Bo on, we talked about, how he was this big dude, loved to get in the ring, get physical, and then he was like, no, Lizzie, hitting them dudes. So I was like, oh, we got to talk about
And
that.
it's funny because, they answered... when we said, how are you doing? They answered the exact same way. Lizzie was like, hey, what's up? And Bo was like, hey, can y'all hear me okay?
It's the exact same. So I don't want to mince anymore. Just get right down to it. I have a few questions to go over. It's pretty free flow, but you are the only female performer on the WWA roster and have been for, by my count, at least a year and a half, give or take. How's that going for you?
We did have one for a while.
Yeah.
I forgot we had one.
yeah. Y'all had one full-timer and then a couple little touches of people here and there.
There was actually two. When I very first started, there was Tiffany Nova, and she lasted like a month, and then I killed her off and stole her bat.
That's what's up.
It was just me.
That's where you got the bat from. That was totally one of my questions. Where did the bat come from?
That was one of mine too. Is because I
love it.
Your character's very interesting to us, the way it's presented and brought out.
And us being comic book nerds is very resembling of one of the greatest villains ever in the DC universe.
What are you getting at?
I'm getting at Harley Duh with the bat.
Oh, with the bat. Oh,
duh.
Dude, I'm sorry, man. It's been a long day.
It has been a long day.
I've been getting screamed at by kids all day long, and I want to die. And I'm in pain, and it's a lot. I've been slowing up on the pot.
Get your head in the game, man. This is podcast time.
I tried. I couldn't have pot before this, so it's been a little weird today. But back to that though, does that bring any kind of pressure? Because I'll tell you, as a cameraman, I listen to the fans, and even as a fan before I would listen to people, and that's the thing that a lot of people would start off with first is if they brought somebody they didn't know and you would come out, they'd be like, only check on the roster. Does that bring any kind of pressure to you to bring it any harder, or does it just kind of go over your head at this point?
It's just, by now, it's just how it is. I kind of got used to it, but... I've got to live up to everybody else. I can't go out there and hit like a girl and expect anybody to believe that I can, hold up to anybody. So I kind of do, I guess.
I love that because, during training when we were Hawkins was teaching us clotheslines and stuff, He's like, you got to do it like this. He's like, but you don't want to go out there and kill them.
Is that your Hawkins impression?
And no,
I don't like it.
And Munchie was like, don't listen, because Lizzie goes out there and kills everybody every time with that corner clothesline. And like, so I've started like watching your corner clothesline, and you were in that match last week, and I was like, oh my gosh, he's gonna freaking die. And he did. He died every time. So, and that's one thing too. You were talking about, not going out there and hitting like a girl. And Casey was also, talking about you being the only female on the roster. There was a couple that was there at the last show. You weren't there.
I wasn't there.
They had won online tickets. And it was their very first WWA show. They'd never been. And they looked at all the merch that was laying out there.
Okay.
And they go, who is Lizzie Six? And I said, big homie, let me tell you, Lizzie Six is the only active female on the entire roster. I said, but don't let that fool you, because she throws these guys around like crazy. And they go, is she here tonight? I said, yes. I was like, you just wait. And they're like, okay. And you were in the middle of your match. Was
it with Q?
Yes.
Yeah.
And Q was going around the ring. He's like, she's just a girl. She's just a girl. And I remember they turned around and they looked at me, and I was just like, wait 1 second. And it wasn't like 30 seconds later, and you started hitting those corner clotheslines and those chops, and they immediately stood up, came over to the merch table, and was like, can I see her merch, please? And I was like, bet. So I think that night you sold 2 fans. You sold a couple of the iPhone pop sockets or whatever.
Did you keep the fucking receipt or something?
Dude, I am a merch selling genius. But, like, it's insane because you have held such a high standard for pro wrestling, being the only active female. And, there's a lot of people, everybody knows, it went around on Facebook, the whole debacle with that. And
did you just say debobble?
Debobble.
Okay.
And for you to stick up for the WWA and be like, hey, listen, I've been doing this for however many years, doing it by myself. I've held all the men's titles. That's
one.
Right, except for one. Game time. Watch out. And that's something that probably that's something that I think not a lot of people in our industry would do. You know what I mean? So for you to do that and to know that without you there is no women's division. I mean, there's no hope for it. There's no nothing. How does that feel, knowing that you have been so amazing and so, how do I put it, successful at holding down that division? What does it feel like to be like, I'm the one?
I don't know that it even counts as a division if it's just me.
Sure it is. You run the division. You run this.
Well, it will be. It will be.
It will. We've been doing some recruiting.
As long
trying
as the spring
to.
goes good. I think I've got one recruited.
We've been trying, so.
Yeah.
I just hope you throw them around.
It will be.
Mad dog them.
Which is, hopeful. I immediately, as soon as Chris was like, hey, talk to people, I got a buddy who goes to the show, or used to go to the shows a lot. His daughter used to go to the shows. She's on Apollo High School's wrestling team. She takes care of Sam because he's their manager, and he gets picked on a lot for being a lot smaller, and she takes up for him, and I appreciate it. And I immediately messaged him, and I was like, yo, if she wants to do this, like, let's go. And he was like, all right, yeah, we're going to get ready for it.
Is she like 12?
She's 16.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, she's 16. It'll be a couple years. But, 100%. There will be a division, which actually brings me to what I had been thinking about today. Let's say Chris hands that to you, right? He says, hey, look, we're going to start this division, and we want you to, you're the one that everybody's going to look to. If you get to build this from the ground up, what would you be looking for in these girls coming up now?
I don't know. That makes me kind of nervous because that's a lot of pressure. Because I will be like, I've been around for a minute now, but
Right.
I still don't see myself as a vet. And when I get put in a match where I am, I'm like, oh no.
So how long have you been active in a ring?
10 years.
7 years.
7.
I was
Okay.
Close, motherfucker. Close.
Good. So that leads me into another thing. Bo just celebrated what, 20?
22.
22
that old
years.
bastard.
So, dude, I'm telling you. So, how is that like? You were in a match, I think it was with Bo when you all were in. You were in the ring with Santos and somebody else, and I remember Bo like shoved Santos down in the corner, and he goes, "You don't hit her, you don't touch her," and he turns around and you're standing in his face, and it's just overhaul. And I remember I was looking, I was like, "That's going to be a long ride home." How did you two come to be, and what's it like living with a monster like Bo Sawyer?
Keep in mind, Bo told this story. We want to see how
Yes,
different
he
the
did.
two stories are. Bo did tell the story.
The one I remember from wrestling last time is he got me up for the World Breaker, and I chopped the top of his head. Oh, it was so fun. So very fun.
That bald head, oh my goodness. The fondest memory of, the whole "don't touch my head" thing was when he was tagging with Snyder in Owensboro, I think. And Snyder gave him a double high five on top of the dome. And Bo just sits there and stares through his soul. Don't touch my head. The greatest
Anyway,
thing.
you got to let Lizzie answer the first question, buddy. So how did that come to be? Bo comes to WWE. You've been there for a minute. I mean, you just hey, that dude hits people real hard. It's awesome. How did that end up happening?
I didn't honestly pay too much attention to him that day. I was just going about a normal day, and then he messaged me afterwards. But I tried to date people that weren't into wrestling, and it's very hard to go hang out with your dude friends that beat you up and have someone that understands that unless they're there too.
Right.
No, that's fair. It is, even just being a fan of wrestling, it's hard dating someone who doesn't understand wrestling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got lucky enough to have a girlfriend who has almost no personality of her own. It's sweaters and pumpkin spice and Christmas movies. That's her personality. It doesn't kick in till about November.
Mm-hmm.
The rest of the year,
really?
she's just coasting off of whatever I got going on. So I'm sitting down. We just moved in together, and I moved from Owensboro to Hardinsburg because her house was way nicer than my sad dad apartment, my sad divorced dad apartment that had nothing but true crime posters and wrestling toys all over the place.
Shaggy carpet that's coming up in one corner.
Yeah. The carpet grew for some reason, and there was just a lot of weed and mushrooms in there. That was
Big
about
fella,
it.
I don't think that's safe.
So I moved in with her, and I told her, I was like, listen, I have a ritual. Monday Night Raw, Tuesday NXT, Wednesday Dynamite.
Oh, God.
Thursday I wasn't watching Dynamite or not Dynamite, but TNA because it wasn't easily accessible. I was like, then there's Friday Night SmackDown, and then the occasional pay-per-view. I never buy the AEW pay-per-view.
So your entire week was just
I was
wrestling.
you only get 2 days that are not wrestling related in some shape, form, or fashion. And instead of being turn this shit off or anything like that, she tried to get invested into it, and now I have her invested. She has her people.
Well, that's good.
Well, it's all based on who she wants to have sex with, but that's about it.
You know what's funny?
It doesn't matter why she watches it with you, as long as she's watching it with you.
It's so funny because my wife, so we had known each other for a long time before we started dating. We kind of knew of each other. Well, when we first started dating, she found out that I'm a huge wrestling nerd. I love wrestling.
Wait, you are?
I am. Oh. And so we're sitting there.
Holy shit.
And we're driving. I don't even remember where we were going. And I've got this playlist going on YouTube. And Mark Henry's theme hits. And I just remember I'm driving. And it goes, step up, bring it. And she starts singing every word of this theme song. And I remember it's time stood still. And I turn. You ever seen the Deadpool movie where he turns and looks at Wolverine when he's got the shirt off? Oh, I just ruined that for you.
No, I've only I've only read every comic book.
Okay,
Man, there's no
okay.
chance I would have seen the movies.
All right. So anyway, it's like I turned and looked at her like that, and I'm like, how do you know who this is? And she goes,
Oh,
are
we just
you?
lost her.
You did.
I didn't do it.
Uh-oh. Hang on, everybody. We're going to pause for a second.
Hey,
There we go.
He was-
She's back. So, rewind a little bit. That never happened. We're leaving that in. That's
Yeah, it's
staying in.
dude. It's
So,
staying in. Fuck
anyway,
editing.
so we're driving, and I turn to look at her, and I'm like, how do you know this song? And she looks at me, and she goes, are you kidding me?
It's 3-6 Mafia.
And I'm like, she goes, Mark Henry's my favorite wrestler ever. And I was like, oh, really? She goes, yeah. And I said, have you ever heard of Sexual Chocolate? And she goes, huh? I was like, watch
Sexual,
this.
baby.
So then I played that theme song. And so then I was like, hey, how do you feel about going to watch WWE live? And she goes, all right, sure. So we go with a friend of mine, and we go to Evansville to the Ford Center, and we're sitting there watching.
Boo.
And she's watching, you've got Becky Lynch is there and Natalia's there or whatever. So we're sitting there watching, and she's just like eyeballing the ring. I'm like, okay, she kind of likes it. Well, then the Iconics come out, and they cheat. And she goes, out of nowhere, she stands up like I'm sitting there watching. She goes, boo, I hate you. And I look at her, I said, you don't even know who these people are. She goes, I don't care. What's their names? I said, the Iconics. She goes, boo, you suck. And she's been like invested ever since. And so for her to support me on that journey is like, yeah, she could have said this sucks, but she likes it. She enjoys it. She enjoys going.
Yeah, no, I don't get that. I get, where's Damian Priest?
Where's Drew McIntyre?
Well, yeah, where's Drew? And then she starts breathing hard. And I'm like, will you fucking...
And then Roman comes out and it's like...
I was like, no, she didn't like
No Roman?
No,
Really?
She was, I was like, will you fucking settle down? And we watch AEW and Takeshita comes out. And I was like, fucking Takeshita? Really? And I have to leave the room. I'm like, fuck this, dude.
Oh, man.
We go to WWA and she likes Munchie. So I keep messaging Munchie. I was like, dude,
That's crazy.
Munchie's her favorite. And
That's insane.
I text Munchie and I was like, based on how she picks her favorites, I'll fucking kill you. Like, I will kill you, Juan. But no, she loves Munchie and MK a lot.
That's awesome.
But once she found out that you and Bo were a thing, she was like, how in the fuck does that work? She goes, because I'll tell you, she was like, if I'm a wrestler and we have to wrestle each other and you hit me even slightly too hard, I'm cutting your dick off. And I was like,
Dude, and we
know,
talked
man.
about that too.
I don't know, man.
We talked about that. Speaking of, and that's a great question because I've even thought about that because I'd be sitting there helping Terry at the door or even just watching, and I'm like, how many sets of furniture do you think that they've gone through because they've argued too much and they just decided, I don't know, power bomb, like just straight through the table.
have a disagreement. DDT.
That sounds fun though. No, we don't ever really argue that much. So
That's
I haven't
awesome.
had to get that far yet.
No, y'all don't do it at home because you're gonna take it out on each other in the ring.
But I do want
Put
to.
us in a match together. We're gonna fucking. We're
That's
gonna,
right.
Oh no, you get.
God, that was supposed to be PG.
No,
No, let
you
it
can
ride.
totally curse now.
It'll be all right, let it ride.
Between Chris, who else was it? Chris.
Devin Parker.
Devin Parker. Devin
Parker kind of sold it, and that was the first episode. I was like, yeah, I ain't doing this anymore.
Second episode, he ruined our no F bombs. We had to bleep him 14 times, and I tell people to go back and listen to the episode. You can hear the exact moment I stopped caring about the cuss words because you just hear my pen slam down.
Yeah.
Because I've been writing timestamps. That's like 14:37.
And I go,
48:20, and I just keep writing down these timestamps, and they start getting to be 10 to 15 seconds apart because he's going, fuck, cock sucking shit, fuck. And then I'm like, God damn it. And I just went, all right, well, the kids hear this shit anyway. This was just for Leon anyway, so fuck it. And then we had Chris, and we told him no F words, and he goes, that's going to be a fucking nightmare for a wrestler. And we were like, yeah, I know, it's not my decision.
and he did fairly well. He did good.
But I do, I kind of want to jump back in time a little bit, do like a Tarantino and go to the beginning of the story, midway through the stories. The question we always ask, we try not to make anything like too generic, but we always are interested in how everybody finds the WWE. Whether it was like they were already wrestling and got in touch with Chris, or they were just not in the business at all and found Chris. So that's why the question I'll pose to you is, how did you end up in the WWE? Like, how did all of this journey begin?
It was just from seeing the tryout page. I didn't know indie wrestling was a thing, honestly. I didn't know it existed. So all I knew was WWE. And I was really wanting to get into acting, but there's not really a lot around here. So I was just working out. I used to weigh, at my biggest, I got up to 250 pounds. So I lost 100 pounds. I was getting in shape, and then a girl at work told me about the tryout. And she was like, "Hey, you should do this." And I laughed at her. At first, I was like, I can't do that. And then I thought about it for a while. I was just like, well, why can't I? I can try. And so I tried, and I love it. And I'll probably go until my wheels fall off.
That's awesome. Are you talking like physically your wheels fall off because you skate to the ring sometimes, or are you talking like metaphorically fall off?
God damn it.
Can't bump anymore.
I was sitting here this whole time, and I was like, don't make a pun about the roller skates. Don't make a pun about the roller skates.
I gotta throw it in, big homie.
I have it in my notes. Like, make sure Leon doesn't make a pun about the skates.
Too late.
I'm just proud of myself that I haven't busted my ass in front of anybody yet, because I've worn them a couple times. I'm feeling good.
Look,
waiting for it.
That's probably one of like the fans' favorite parts. So something I do tell everybody is, like, my children kind of book this show a little bit. Whoever they're fascinated with at the time is who I start to put on the books. And as soon as you get to moving on the skates, like, that's all I hear about is, how does she do that? Those floors sometimes, like Sam's like in Owensboro, he was like, those floors are not, that floor is not built for that. How does she do that? How do you do that and then make sure you don't die? Like, he's so confused by it. That's their favorite part. That's something I have noticed, though, because I do watch who y'all's fan base is. I'm very curious. Yeah. And I like to play a game with myself. I like to be like, I guarantee I know what Munchie's fans look like, what MK's fans look like. I know. And
generally it's correct. It's so easy to spot. I have an idea of like who's going to cheer for EB and who's going to cheer.
Like, I know. I can figure it out. And then some people kind of surprise me. You have one particular set of fan base that I notice never fails no matter where we are, and it is kids.
Yep.
Is that by design, or did that just kind of like happen and you just said, "Oh, hey, okay"?
I guess it just kind of happened, but it's easier. Like, it's easier to go to the kids and be a character. Like, I get to adults and I'm like, oh, I'm awkward.
Oh, that's so good.
Well, the kids, especially like the little girls, and I noticed that, like, you will stop at if there's one or two center really going hard, you'll stop for a second, you talk to them, kind of make their night. And that's one of the things that I do love about the company that we work for, is that, like, you get those moments and that hardcore fan base and the people. I will tell you, though, speaking of hardcore fan base, you have one fan that I always notice. We only see him in Owensboro. He duct tapes one of your photos that he bought off your merch table. He duct tapes it to his hat.
No, he's gone beyond that now.
Oh, he's gone beyond.
So he has a custom hat now with Lizzie 6 on it.
Oh yeah,
stitched.
He comes in. Front. He's like 6'5". He sits between the second and the third row. He stands up so no one else behind him can see. When you come out, he pays attention. When you leave the ring and your match is done, he's out.
Yeah, he leaves the show.
He's gone. And yeah, me and Terry were playing a game trying to figure out who it was, because she goes, it's so fucking weird. And you know how Terry is. And I was like, Terry, it's like, what if that's like her dad or an uncle or something? And she just stands there. She goes, I'll be right back. And then she leaves and she comes back and she goes, no, nobody knows who the fuck that is.
It's funny though, because he bought 2 of the stickers, I think, or the 2 of the pictures. Yeah. And Sarah was like, do you want her to sign them? And like, he stopped and he goes, yes, please. And I was like, Sarah, no. So then they got signed anyway.
I stood back, I said, Boo, kick his ass.
Dude, that's another thing too, is Bo is so supportive, and being the monster that he is.
No, it's fine. He's super nice.
He's a super nice guy.
He's great.
But that whole storyline that you did with Victor Harlow about how did that go? Like, was he totally okay with it? Was there a little bit of doubt? Because not everybody, I'm going to say this just brutally honest, not everybody would be okay with a storyline like that. I mean, truthfully, especially if it's your significant other.
I think
so
you're just
how was
insecure,
that?
Leon. I think
Shut up.
He took it pretty good. I haven't had a good storyline for a while, so I have been dying for just something to tell. So he was happy enough for me that he kind of just brushed over what the storyline was. I think he did really good.
Good. I was so expecting during that wedding Bo's music to hit and go, I object, and then
I
just
kept waiting for that. I was like, so many missed opportunities here.
Because it's no secret. I mean, everybody knows. It's not like they'll be like, "Whoa, she's in a relationship with Bo." Everybody knows. You know what I mean?
I guess.
So you guessed, yeah, you guessed.
I guess.
But
I don't pretend to know what people know.
really, you sure? You
Yeah.
don't? Okay, all right. I was just making sure.
Fuck yourself. Eat
Well,
dicks.
good. Whatever. You can't say that.
I did just eat
I know
dicks
you
and
did.
live.
You eat them with your butt. And speaking of, by the way, big homie, I told you I was going to say something after your little intro, which I'm glad that you
said
did.
You almost did.
Well, no, you usually talk about us being hetero life mates,
We
and
are.
about me being a guy that eats hot dogs with my butt, which I in fact do not do.
Yeah.
The big tall dude that wears the chugga chugga shirt all
we
the
know.
time.
Yeah, we know.
He came up to me at the Litchfield show.
I know the story. I was there.
No, you weren't there.
Oh, at Litchfield.
In Litchfield.
Oh, shit.
He came up to me at the merch table and he saw me. And he looks at me and he smiles. And I'm like, how you doing? And he goes, good. And he's moving his money real slow and he looks back up at me. And I'm like, okay, he's going to have something to say.
He asked you if you wanted a hot dog, didn't
No,
he?
no.
Damn it.
He's sitting there. And I was like, he was buying some poppers. And he goes, so I got a question for you. And I was like, all right, shoot. And he goes, raw or overcooked hot dog today? And I said, neither. Haven't had a hot dog this week. Thank you very much, but have a good day.
Yeah, he's trying to quit. No, I've been making a joke for 6 months every time we start the show in some form or fashion, which I just found out last night. Chelsea had no idea. She was like, what are you talking about? Because I was talking to Sam on the phone, and I was like, hey, buddy, what's a new way I can tell everybody that Uncle Leon eats hot dogs with his ass?
First of all, this
Chelsea's
whole...
like, she's like, what are you talking about? So I tell her the story. I was like, oh, I've done everything. This guy, Oscar Mayer's afraid of him. I was like, all kinds of things. I was like, just any kind
This
of way.
whole thing started because we were going to do a podcast and you were hungry and I had they were like summer sausage type stuff called grillers, and I made you some and I ate mine before you did, and you just swear that I ate them with my butt because you said you never saw me take a
I never
bite.
saw you take a bite. I forgot how we had done it.
I was starving.
If I die tomorrow, I could be happy because the fans know that you eat hot dogs with your
I
butt.
don't.
But anyway,
Yeah, that's going to go into character development now. Thanks.
yeah, we got to get back on track here. But no, so you said like you just found the casting call before, you didn't know indie wrestling was a thing. It's just WWE. Have you been like a lifelong wrestling fan? Is this something that came later? What's the story with that?
The only time I ever watched, because my mom and dad didn't like wrestling, but
I feel
when I
that.
went over to my cousin, my cousin was the same age as me, and I was pretty much, that was my second home, and her brother was really into wrestling, so I would watch it over there, and every WrestleMania, they would have a WrestleMania party. So even if I didn't watch it all year long, I'd watch WrestleMania for the Undertaker streak.
That's what's
That's the only match I cared about. And then when he lost, I didn't watch WrestleMania for like a couple years after that.
Oh, so WrestleMania used to fall strictly around my birthday. Mm-hmm. My birthday is April 7th. I would either watch wrestling on the 4th, 5th, 6th, or the 7th. That's when we watch WrestleMania. We would make a birthday party out of it. That was on my birthday, I believe. I think it was on the 7th. Sammy had just been born. I had him this onesie that had a WWE Championship belt, like across, it was printed across it. It said the champ is here, whatever. It's like a John Cena thing. I had him wearing it the whole nine. I was like, buddy, this is wrestling. And I'm showing it to him. Like, he doesn't even know what's going on. Like, he's very newborn. Very newborn.
Probably didn't even have his eyes open.
A few months. I mean, he's a few months old. He's born in September, so he has a couple months. And I'm holding him, and then that match happened, and The Undertaker lost. And I got up, and I picked him up with me, and I took him with me. I put him on the changing table. I took that onesie off of him. I changed his diaper. I put another onesie on him, and I was like, let's go in the other room and watch Power Rangers. We're not watching this bullshit anymore. And just walked out. He never wore that onesie again. He outgrew it. I think I threw it outside.
I was going to ask you if you threw it away after he lost.
I was
It's all your fault.
Look, I was 22. I was not in a good place.
Oh my gosh! Imagine knowing that you normally struggle to pay your bills, and you specifically request WrestleMania off, and when they ask you why, you say because Undertaker is going to win again, and then you go in and he loses, and you drop everything, and be like, well, I'm going to work, and you walk in right before closing. And your boss is like, what are you doing here? Undertaker lost. What do you need me to do?
Oh, no, it's never that serious. If I request off of work, I'm not fucking going.
Look, you requested off work when Bray died.
No, I did not request off.
Or did you just not show up?
I called out. When Bray Wyatt died, when Roddy Piper died, when Dusty Rhodes died, I called out. And I was like, I got to deal with some shit
Super
today.
Mark.
I was like, I need a mental health day. Mm-hmm. And I sat home. Well, you have to understand, though. See, Dusty and Roddy, that's a whole nother story. Bray Wyatt was 100% the reason after I was done with wrestling.
After your 2 years in the ring.
After my 2 years of just bullshit, like figuring out that I didn't get taught a damn thing, and I'd learned nothing. I'd wasted all this time and money. I was done with wrestling, and I wasn't going to watch it anymore. I was like, this business was not what I thought it was. It really soured me. A buddy of mine, I was getting sober, and instead of going to rehab for the third time, he pretty much just locked me in his basement and made me watch wrestling and shit and play Magic the Gathering and Dungeons and Dragons and stuff. And I'm sitting down there one day, and I'm watching, and Bray Wyatt debuts that character in NXT.
The Fiend.
And I was just, boom. So, like, right when I was becoming the new version of me, Bray Wyatt was becoming the new version of him. I kind of just felt a thing, and it became the reason I watched again, because CM Punk just wasn't doing it for me anymore. But so going back to it, The Undertaker being the only thing you really wanted to watch. So the next question that follows these is, who was the wrestler that made you think you could do this? Is Undertaker the one, or is there another wrestler you saw and you were like, I think I could do more than just watch this. I think I could do this.
Lita was always my go-to.
Yeah.
Trish and Lita's feud was always a thing, but especially when Lita would come off and give one of the dudes a Rana, I always thought that was just the coolest thing ever.
Lita's great.
I just threw my hand up in victory, because that's another game I play with myself, is who everyone likes. Mm-hmm. And I've told Leon that culturally, I can pick based upon a few factors culturally who everybody's favorite wrestler is. And we were talking to Ricky about it, and I was like, black and Hispanic males, it's always
Jeff Hardy.
Always, or Rey Mysterio.
Mm-hmm.
Always. That's all I grew up around. We were the only white kids in our neighborhood forever. There were so many Jeff Hardy T-shirts, and I didn't have a single one of them. It was all them. And then when you get into white guys, depends on where they're from. Like me and my brother, we're white guys that are from urban areas and from the projects and shit. So we leaned into more fuck authority characters like Stone Cold. Even Scott Steiner there for a little while when he was just going out and saying crazy shit on television, stuff like that. We were getting into that. And then when it came down to to girls, we could go, okay, if they like heavy metal or they like rock and roll music or hip hop music, they like Lita. If they're
that's fair.
Yep. If they're girly girls, they like Trish Stratus. They like Sable. or something like that. Like there's a couple factors always that I can take wrestling and relate to anyone of any culture, of any background, anything based off of stereotypes. And I love it when I'm right. So I've always told
I
that.
love Lita and I love to hate Trish.
Yeah, I mean, like at the time, especially because Trish was like, everything that people would say was wrong with women's wrestling, the whole diva thing, the using sexuality to get the attention rather than putting the things in the ring, to where you had Lita, who was doing both things. She was playing the WWE's game of being like, okay, I'm gonna hike my thong up halfway up my body. I'm gonna wear my pants down lower. I'm gonna wear sports bras and wear things that like tease like skin showing, so I can get these fucking
and then go out there and whoop everybody.
So I can get these incels' attention. And then while I've got their attention, I'm gonna get in there and I'm gonna be busting off moonsaults and hurricane ranas.
And that's the thing too, is
crazy moves.
Like there's a difference between, like you said, dressing to get people's attention and being able to get in the ring and get their attention. For Lita to be such a trailblazer to do both. Yeah. Because she was ahead of her time, I feel like.
I had a huge crush on Lita when I was a little kid.
That's something that is totally...
It started a pattern.
That's something that's so special about, women of that era and even some of the women of this era, is their ability to get in there and hang with the big boys. Like all the, Toni Storm, like in AEW, the way that she's able to go out there and her skills and stuff.
Who'd you say? Did you say Toni Storm?
Uh-huh.
Okay, continue.
Why?
That's not what I thought you said. Continue.
What'd you think I said?
I don't want to talk about it. Go ahead.
Okay.
You said something very different. I was gonna say, did you steal my pen while I wasn't looking?
For her to be able to go out and do what she does, because Toni Storm's amazing.
Okay.
She's wonderful.
Okay.
So for her to be able to go out there and put on a show and hang with the boys is something so ahead of her time, because she's timeless.
Are you watching AEW?
No, just clips.
I was going to say, shame on you. Why do you waste 2 hours of your night like that?
And that's something too, Lizzie, like with you, is you're able to go out there and perform on such a level that it makes it really hard in a locker room full of guys for somebody to be like, well, if I had to choose between Lizzie and Game Time Onyx, I'm just going to throw that in there.
Oh, yeah, we're going to talk about that.
I'm going to pick Lizzie. And
I got to tell y'all a funny story.
Your work in the ring is so underrated, I feel like, because I feel like that there's some fans
he can be cute when he tries.
I feel like that there's some fans that are like, okay, wow, she's a female wrestler, but then I don't think they really realize that, like, she's the only one that WWE has, and she can hang with anybody that steps foot between those ropes.
Yeah, I've never heard you complain after, like, during teardown.
Yeah.
Like, I've never heard you be like, Josh beat the absolute shit out of me, which indeed happened in Owensboro.
Usually when I'm talking about it, I'm laughing about it. And
Right.
Like, you fucking threw me so far.
Look, and that's what I was going to tell y'all something funny about this. So I'm on camera, then I'm trying to get used to that night. I'm still trying to get used to doing camera in the sling. And like, cause it's weird, like how I have to get angles. I try to get down cause I'm bigger than everybody else. And I don't want to, like, people do yell at me sometimes. They're like, get out of the way. And I have to turn around and be like, get fucked. Like, I have to do my job. Like,
I'm too wide.
I was literally told to tell you to go fuck yourself if you told me to get out of the way. That's what my boss said to do.
Really?
Oh yeah. I was told, tell them, hey, if they tell you to get out of the way, tell them to fuck off. You're trying to get a shot.
Nice.
They'll get over it. And I was like, okay, cool. He's like, that's on Litchfield. If we're in like Owensboro, hey, get the fuck out of their way. But like, we're in Litchfield and they tell you to get the way, tell them fuck off. That's TV. But I'm still trying to get used to it. So I get down in the corner. I'm like, oh my God. I was like, I have the perfect shot. I'm comfortable. I've got everything, like everything the universe needed to make this shot happen is cool. And then I go, oh fuck, because I got to run out of the way because you are flying at me at about 25 mile an hour. And if I wouldn't have moved, if I would have waited a split second, we were headbutting. Like, that's how hard you flew.
Speaking of headbutting, Lizzie's actually notorious for this. Mason still has not forgave her, nor gotten his revenge. You haven't seen that?
No,
I've hit Mason twice. Like,
So,
you gotta watch me. 'Cause if you're not the person I'm attacking, I kind of don't see you.
So I follow a lot of our coworkers from WWA on TikTok.
Oh.
And
Sorry. Why am I
Mason's
being
sitting
mean to
there.
you? I'm so sorry.
Mason's sitting there, and he's like leaned back. I think he was at his office. Not gonna lie about it. I think he was sitting down on the job. Mason, do better. But he was sitting
works
there
for himself.
He was sitting there, and it was a video of him, and he was doing a voiceover, and he's like, "It's been 2 years, and I still haven't exacted my revenge on Lizzie Six for this." And it's Mason going over to check on Lizzie, and Lizzie's down like on her all fours, and she raises her head up and catches him in the chin and like knocks him unconscious. And so I was like, yeah, she headbutts people. And then like the number one
that was
tick.
probably the most painful thing in the match was him.
That happened to me. I didn't tell you because you weren't there. That happened to me during training the other day. We were doing up and overs, and I guess Caleb was running too fast. And when I leapt over to go over the top of him, he raised his head up and headbutted me in the chin. I'm still bruised.
Oh.
But it sucked.
Why am I being mean to you, man? I'm so sorry. I'm
Well,
not even
whatever.
in a bad
Shut up.
mood tonight.
Shut up.
I don't know what's going on.
But the number one, you were talking about, game time messing her up and stuff. That's his number one TikTok right now. Is just a compilation of him throwing Lizzie around.
Look, at a certain point
Like
during
pounces
that
and throws. Yes.
Oh, yeah, no, it 100%.
That's his number one.
At a certain point, you hit him with something during that match. I don't know what you did. It hit him in the face.
I was like, good
and
Lord.
he rolls over towards me, and he's selling. And, like, he had thrown you directly almost at me, like 3 times. And we almost hit each other a few times. And while he's down there selling, I was like, yeah, motherfucker, that's what you get. I'm just trying to do my job. And I'm like,
I'm trying not to break.
I'm talking mad shit to him while he's on the ground. I'm glad those cameras didn't hear me. And I was like, you motherfucker.
You like, let me see that pretty face.
Like,
I can
you
get a good
ruined
shot.
4 shot, you big, beautiful piece of shit. And I was like, I hope she slips up and fucks you up for real. Like, I was so upset at him. And then he comes flying at the ropes. He's going to go hit you in the corner. And I'm sitting there, and he goes and flying into the ropes. And I had to back up so I didn't get hit. And I was like, oh, you motherfucker.
Dude,
you
that
got it
dude
coming.
moves like a freaking train. I mean, he moves.
Which is what I had. Like, I got to looking. I did a lot of research today while I could when I was in between getting screamed at by kids because I canceled school here today for some fucked up reason.
imagine
so
that.
I was doing a lot of research, and I'm looking, and I found you're the only person I can find that definitely has who trained you there, and I'm not even sure if it's right because whoever's doing the cage match got to step it up. So you're trained by Ray and Tony. Is that accurate, or does Cage Match have that wrong?
No, yeah, it was Ray and Tony for pretty much most of my training.
So knowing, I saw that, and I was like, well, that fucking makes all the sense in the world. Just based upon like the style you use, the hard hittingness of it. Is that something that like just kind of, is that by design? Did you say, hey, I'm going to go out there and hit everybody like a fucking Mack truck, or not at all? Or did it just like you're going after a while and you're like, okay, look, some of these guys, because there are some not great workers sometimes when it comes to certain things. Like, I know when I was working, I used to get yelled at all the time because I really just hit you. Like, my work punches are awful, but my real punches look real good. So I just fucking blast you. I just blast you in the face and apologize after we're over. But like, I'm so sorry that you're bleeding out of the mouth right now, but if I would have thrown a work punch at you, we were getting booed out of the building. It's that bad. So, like, did the hard-hitting style come just from Ray? I mean, Ray looks like he fucking kills everybody he touches. Or did that come along just later on because you're like, I'm tired of getting fucking beat up by some of these dudes?
Well, not necessarily. That's just how you gotta make it look good. I mean, you can't. I will admit, with my corner lines, I don't pull. I'm trying to hit as hard as I possibly can with my corner clothesline.
Oh, I can tell because
The ring shifts.
yeah,
sometimes.
that and
it's-
like she throws everything into it. And I'm like, oh my gosh, she's gonna trip. And no, it's just her throwing everything into it. I'm
Yeah.
like, oh my gosh.
Yes, I mean,
Yeah, those because I'm not gonna kill nobody. At my worst, it's just gonna hurt a little bit. So I mean, just see what I can do.
Those chops are pretty good too. I gotta give you props on
oh,
those
no,
chops.
no,
Those
the
are pretty
chops
solid.
Yeah.
those are
I'm
pretty
very
solid,
proud
yeah.
of those. I like the people that change colors when you hit them, like
Right.
Clay.
Oh my
You
god.
barely have to tap him, and he'll have a whole
Dude.
handprint. He's my favorite.
Kentucky Classic tournament, the final round of the Kentucky Classic in
when
Litchfield
Ray
when we were there.
chopped him on the back.
Yes, he went up and Ray was on the top rope, and Clay's like, "I got him now," and Ray just slaps the crap out of that back, and the whole handprint stayed the rest of the show. And I remember it went from it went from the handprint being there as soon as his fingers let off to, all right, I'm gonna give him a pile driver off the top rope. And I was like, well, if that,
Rays are brutal,
Dude,
I
that's
remember
insane.
My first match with Ray, he chopped me twice, and the first time I had 3 handprint or fingerprint bruises, and he thought he got my shirt, so he thought he was too low, so the next one he went high and got me right in the throat. I couldn't breathe for like 5 minutes.
oh
That shit
no.
sucked.
God, dude, no, that's
Yeah,
That's
Ray's
why I hate
chops are insane,
That's
dude.
why I hate chops, man. They're so like number one. Don't slap me on my chest. I got sensitive tits, man. Like, don't slap me.
If you wouldn't put cigarettes out on them, you wouldn't.
Look. That was. I was young and stupid, and I was trying to impress a girl, so I started putting cigarettes out of my nipples to impress somebody. Because I was like, look how tough I am. I was 16, man. Fuck off. No. 16. Yeah, it was 16. There were drugs and alcohol involved. I had bad parents. Get off my dick, Leon. I had bad parents. One wasn't there, and the other one was there, and neither one of them was doing any good with their position. All right, so fucking sorry. I didn't know this guy could flip his cigarette inside of his mouth, and he was like 22. And
you wanted to top that.
Oh, well, no, I just never understood why the 22-year-old was at the 16-year-old party. Now I know it's because he was fucking weird. But, like, then I was like, what's this fucking dude doing here? But he's buying everybody cigarettes and booze, so fuck it. I was letting it go. And he could flip his cigarette inside his mouth, and then he would flip it back out. And all I had was, like, I could play guitar a little bit. I can sing Blink-182 songs. Like, that was the best I had. So I was like, what the fuck am I supposed to do? And then I was like, oh, yeah, I'm tough. Like, I have 2 older brothers that are dicks, and they beat the shit out of me my whole life. I can take a beating.
So that was your first instinct is, oh, give me that cigarette. Let me show you something.
No, it was in my mouth, and I was just like, oh, and I just did it, and everybody was like, oh, and then that was one of my buddies was like, oh, chops are gonna be fine for you when you go into training because you can do that thing where you put cigarettes out of your chest, and I was like, no, dude, I have nerve damage from that, like,
You still can't feel a thing.
like I've damaged my body like that. I was like, let's not brag about that. And then somebody would chop me and I'd feel every fucking bit of it. Like, don't slap my tit, dog. And like just that fear of it going into my throat and hitting me in the throat, I'll fucking cry. I will cry. I'm a tiny little bitch boy, and I will cry if somebody hits me in the throat. Because once I can't breathe, I start freaking out, and I'm like, okay.
Then it's a panic attack.
Breath is how we have life. So if I don't have that, I'm like, oh, I'm gonna die. Holy shit.
So breathing, not being able to breathe and having a panic attack because breath is what gives you life, terrifies you, but you want to run my car into a tree because you said me and Santos are the exact
You
same
and
person.
Santos are the same fucking person, and it makes me want to die. Oh, no, you have no idea, man. Like, I had to sit with these 2 pieces of shit at Denny's, and where were we? We were in Nebo?
We were in Eddyville.
Was it Eddyville?
We were in
I don't
Eddyville.
think it was. Anyway, we stopped at Denny's and we see Danny Beasley in there, so we're like, oh, we're gonna go fuck with Danny Beasley and like sit down with him, and then Jen and Ricky and JC and Santos walk in, and Santos is the only one that sits at our table because that's the only seat left, and I had to sit with these 2 fucking assholes across from each other. and then they're just staring at each other, trying to like out idiot the other one.
First of all, let me clarify something.
My girlfriend's hotter than yours. And I was
I, of course, had to show him up.
What's the matter with either one of you?
Here's what happened. So we're sitting there, and he claims that I was judging him for how he eats. First of all, he does not eat French fries. Okay, that's weird. But he'll dissect a burger anytime he wants to. Sorry, Santos, we love you. And we were sitting there, and I said something to him.
Don't lump me in there. Don't say we. Don't lump me.
We
in
were
this
saying
shit.
something, and he goes, I'm older than you are. And I said, big homie, no, you're not. He goes, oh, yeah? He's like, I'm 23. I was like, yeah, you're not older than me. He goes, how old are you? I was like, I'm about to be 27. He goes, I'm like, whoa, Google Translate there, big homie.
For anyone listening that has children, like multiple children, y'all know how like when two kids start talking to each other and they're like, I'm stronger than you. That's what we did for 2 fucking hours.
While eating.
Fucking painful hours that I just kept turning, and I was like, so Danny, so what's you remember Litchfield? That's awesome, right? Like just trying to find anything to say to him to quit talking to either one of these fucktards. Oh my god, dude. It was the most.
It was a good time. It was a good time.
It was the most painful thing in the world. But we're talking about. I've done lost track because I've gone off on a tangent because fucking Santos every time he's like the Tupac of fucking your day up. He could do it from beyond the grave if he had the chance.
He's a bad DNA test to me that went bad.
Jesus Christ. I was sitting there in the hospital Saturday and I was like, well, I ain't gonna deal with fucking Tyler.
That's another thing too. Bo bullies Santos so bad. I mean, so bad. Like we're sitting there, and Lizzie, you were sitting beside Bo, and we were in Eddyville. No, we were in Nebo. And we're sitting there, and he's having a practice match.
Oh, don't give me fucking start on that practice.
He does a practice match, and he's sitting there, and you're sitting by Bo, and Bo's sitting by me and Caleb, and we're sitting there. And he does the Mark Henry spot where he catches him midair, rolls backwards. And I remember Bo, fanny pack and all. Sorry, Bo, we love you. Sits up as straight as he can, chest puffed out, and he goes, don't you freaking do it. You better not do it. And Santos stands up, beelines Bo Sawyer, and fall away slams him. And Bo slouches back down, leans over on one side and goes, okay. And I'm like, yep, he's going to kill him later.
Well, I'm glad somebody was entertained during that match because I was in there getting fucked.
Maybe you should learn how to ref. You know what I mean? I mean, look, you only hope to be as good as Eli.
I hurt myself in that match. I wasn't wrestling. I hurt myself. It sucked so bad, I got injured.
It went.
Yeah, my shoulder went boom. And I was like, uh-oh.
That feels wet.
And I went.
So did you give up?
Nope.
No. I reffed 2 more matches. Mason didn't let me.
Yeah.
I was trying to tell him, I was like, hey. And he goes, look, I can tell you want to get out of there right now. He goes, that was a bad match.
Yep.
Just keep going. It's going to be fine. And then he turned around and walked away. And I was like, my arm's going to fall off.
And then he comes over to us. He comes over to me and Caleb and he goes, something ain't right. And I was like, yeah, you're telling me.
No.
And he's like, I messed my arm up. I'm like, well, you shouldn't throw yourself against solid tables.
Yeah, I took a stupid bump in the restaurant the other day, and
The other day? How about 2 months ago?
Yeah, that's the other day.
Okay.
Because it was another day. It was the other one. It wasn't yesterday. It was the other one. I was just trying to be silly and get a laugh because I'm fat and I have to overcompensate for that sometimes. And when you grow up fat, you have to figure out how to like get people to like you.
Yeah, the only thing that would really make sense with that is if you drove a big jacked up truck.
No, because I don't have a. Never mind. Anyway, we're gonna go. No, I have to like Chris Farley stuff.
Oh, okay.
And I did it, and I was like, oh, I'm fine. It was like a month before that match, and I went up to go count, and when my arm went up, it went.
Yep.
And I said, I was like, it feels like there's water running down the back of my arm. I was like, there's not.
This is a really good segue. I'm glad that we brought
I
up
turned
this
around and I
story.
looked at Thomas and I was like, and he went, "What's wrong?" And I was like, "I don't know." I was like, "I don't know." And he's like, "Well, you better turn around. We'll get started." I was
Yeah.
like, "Okay." And I was like, "Okay." And then I hurt myself, and I didn't have the heart to tell Chris like, those guys suck so bad it hurt.
Yeah, the finish of that match was not great. And I'm glad that we brought this up because finishes is something that we're huge fans of.
Yeah, that's
You and
right.
me,
That's
huge.
where I heard it. Yep. In the finish. In the finish.
In the finish.
Stupid fucking
So
finish.
we've mentioned Bo's signatures and finishes tonight. How did you decide, like, I'm going to do a tornado DDT out of the corner and put everybody away? So was that like your first choice, or because you give a pretty mean rock bottom? Like, I'm not going to lie, it's pretty awesome.
See, I actually prefer my rock bottom, but you don't get to use your finish in every single match.
True.
So I don't want to use that as my finish because I wouldn't be able to use it. I don't really remember how I picked that one, honestly. It's been so long, that's just always been what it's been.
See, and I
Yeah,
always...
it's like breathing. You can't really
Right.
like determine like how it do. It's just that you do it, and then you don't remember when you started doing it or.
See,
or how you knew
I had
to do
always
that.
wondered if, because that's, like I said, that's something that we're huge fans of, because a finish can make or break a wrestler. I mean, that's just how it goes.
Oh yeah, no, you can have everything. Like I've seen so many wrestlers that, like, especially on TV, you watch the thousands of people that go through WWE every decade, and like I'll watch them and I'll be like, cool, they got a $1 million look.
But then if their
$1 million
finish is
promo.
trash, it
Awful
throws
finish.
it. Yeah.
I'm watching. I'm like, dude, you can talk, and you have a good look, and you have a little bit more charisma than just talking. Your finisher's a fucking what? And then I just get so upset about it. I'm like, did you just finish him off with that? Like,
See, and that's what I had always wondered, because I'd seen you throw the rock bottoms and they're great, but then I've also seen you do the tornado flatliner out of the corner. I was like, okay, that's her sig, but the rock bottoms are finished.
I'm a sucker for a flatliner,
Dude,
man.
and it's so
Flatliners
good,
are just-
too.
it's the most beautiful.
And I'm like, okay, but that tornado DDT is just priceless. I love it so much. It's great. That last one you gave to Quincy, I'm waiting to watch the hysteria. That was really good. You weren't there. That was probably the best one.
Keep rubbing.
Because Casey was not in Litchfield.
That was so good.
It was
I
great.
stalled on that damn thing.
It was so good. He could have sang the national anthem while she was up there. Just saying. It was
Now-
awesome.
Do you? And that's another thing, because like with the finish, like hitting it is fine, but when you have a finish that you can do something like stalling it there, do you like whenever you decide to sit there and like I'm gonna hold it for a minute? Does it really just depend on like how big they are? Because Quincy Q's a big.
He's
dude.
a monster,
He's
yeah.
a big dude. He's a big dude. So is it like the bigger they are, the longer I'm really gonna hold this thing, or is it just I feel it, I'm gonna throw it?
I'd never stalled it before, so I didn't know I could. It just kind of happened.
That's so sick.
The snap on that is insane.
It does look better with bigger people, though. If I got a good base, I can get a good jump. Then
Yeah.
So I've had some that have looked freaking terrible. When they look bad, they look bad. But when they look good, they look good. So it's kind of hard to go anywhere else with it.
And for anybody out there that is listening to our podcast and you say that a DDT is not a finish, I'm pretty sure I had a concussion from taking them over and over and over. And Jake the Snake put people away all the time. So
Look, man.
eat it.
Like that move is a finish if you make it a finish. That's what the problem is.
And that's
that-
what Jake says
Yeah.
is what would it take for the DDT to become a finish again? He goes, for somebody to use it as one. And that's point blank simple.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Point blank.
quit using it as a setup move. It's
Yeah,
not-
do it as a finish.
I did a DDT in a street fight, like an actual like
And
fist
it
fight,
ended it.
And yeah, I knocked him the fuck out.
Like Mosley's DDT, that impaler, beautiful.
I didn't
love it.
Look, I just told that story and was like, oh God, I just like started bragging. No, that was 100% an accident. He was gonna take me down. I was gonna get my ass
just
mollywopped.
hook it.
And,
Hook it and drop.
I was gonna get my ass kicked. And I just tucked my hand. I was like, shake the snake. And I just fell. And like all I thought was like, what would Jake Roberts do?
And then snore.
And I fell, and then he didn't move. And I was like, oh, shit, he dead. Oh, he dead. I say you, he dead. It was in the Rolling Heights.
That's what I love about WWE moves. And like even during training, some of the moves that like we learn, they're like, this is a real move. You can really hurt somebody. And I'm like, big facts. Do you know how many school fights end with a wrestling move? You know how many angle slams I've seen onto staircases? It's over.
I have a whole lane on Instagram that's been popping up in my algorithm now because I'm getting away from the death videos. Mm-hmm. It's just getting too much.
Oh, too many trees falling on people
I'm
up
getting
top.
way too desensitized. Now I'm just like, oh, yeah, car accident. I just keep scrolling. It's getting bad. So I started getting into like this weird lane of like people will be into fist fights and one dude picks somebody up and just gives them a spine buster and then it cuts to Ron Simmons' music playing. Damn! And then like I just watch these over and over again.
I love it.
And die laughing. But so we're getting to the last little bit of closing bit. I came up with this thing because Alexander Knight made me feel self-conscious that I've been liking to do with all the guests if they want to play. I came up with a questionnaire. He had said something about like, did we have a format? Did we have a thing? And I was like, yeah. And I just made some shit up on the fly because I didn't want to.
How many tabs you got open there, big homie?
Shut up, man. I've been playing Plants vs. Zombies today. But I came up with a questionnaire because the show I used to like that really got me into thinking like, oh, I could probably be like a journalist of some kind. He had a questionnaire. It's called Inside the Actor's Studio. And he would ask them questions, just rapid fire questions. Get short answers, but they were profound. They like had some kind of thought behind them. And then I was like, well, why can't we do that for wrestling? And well, we can.
Because you can't find it.
No, I could find it. I know exactly what it is. But so if you would mind, I'm going to hit you with a couple like random questions. Just answer them as quickly as you possibly can. It's our only little segment, so it won't take too much. And it's not too thoughtful. Our last question for you, I'm just going to go ahead and warn you. You're going to really, it's a thinker. It's a thinker. But so the first one, what is your favorite part about your entrance?
Well, I guess it's the pop. How excited people are to see me. If I get a good pop, like if no one cares, I'm like, oh no. But if I come out and everybody's excited, like it gives you a hell of a boost. Like, the pop.
See, I would have said the bubbles. Because they're awesome.
I do
That
fuck.
took me forever. I found those at Halloween, like when we were trick-or-treating, someone had it on their little tent, and I was like, oh, I have to have those. So I had to wait for my taxes. It took me a little bit.
They're such a nice touch because as soon as they come off, everybody automatically stands up, and then it's like everybody's trying to grab them because they want to, I guess, keep them, and then like the smoke pops out of them. It's a beautiful thing.
Well, thank you for
They're so cool.
thank you for interrupting my questionnaire with bubbles.
Big homie,
Leon.
I was trying to stall because you just now got it pulled up.
No. I have all the questions. I only ask certain ones now because I kept reading through them and I was like, oh, some of these are bad. I understood because one of them I asked Alexander Knight and he goes, that's a weird one. So I took it out. He made me self-conscious. He's really good at that. So what is your least favorite part about your gear? That one's I always get interesting answers to.
My kick pads, they'll roll down over my knee pads. So I'll constantly have to pull them up. Like, I try really, really hard not to pull on my gear, but I'm very bad about it.
See, Tom, kayfabe.
Kayfabe, brother.
Alexander's was the shirt. He hates the shirt.
He hates the shirt, but he won't stop.
Yeah, no, he can't.
Do you prefer working babyface or working as a heel?
Ooh, that's a good one.
Thank you.
Babyface, I hated being a heel. I thought I'd be good at it because I've been so nice my whole life. I was like, I finally get to be mean to people. Hell yeah. No, turns out it's not fun. Not fun being, don't like it.
It's funny because on some of the like the videos that play before the shows, there's clips of you being a heel, and you can just tell like as you walk out, I'm like, yeah, no, that's not really Lizzie. She ain't playing that really good. You can just tell that like it doesn't, like you don't feel comfortable doing it. And then, it's just such a night and day difference. It's awesome.
Yeah, I don't miss being a heel at all. I had instant heat. Being the only girl, all I had to do is, as soon as I turned on Ray, I was a whore, I was fat, I was everything. It was super easy to be a bad guy. I just didn't like it.
It's the worst thing about wrestling fans. Just to interrupt my own questions, the worst thing about wrestling fans, like I was watching Stephanie, my man, talk about this the other day. She was like, how quick the fans were to be like, whore! She's like, it was so fast. And I was like,
so fast. Instant switches. It's funny.
I sat and thought about it because I've never been the wrestling fan to do that because girls liked me. And so I never had to do that. I always had to have I have a weird relationship with women's wrestling because I didn't like the style at the time. I didn't like the bra and panties matches, the pillow fights and the mud I didn't like that. I wanted to watch like Jacqueline. Like I loved her. I wanted to see, because my mom's a bad.
She was pretty good.
My mom's a badass, and I've seen her whoop countless dudes' asses in front of us. Just whoop these dudes' motherfucking asses. Almost kill half of them sometimes. So like I'm not used to seeing like, oh, I'm a dainty little girl. Like I was raised by women, but it was women who would fuck you up. So it was like that's what I want to see. So I was always weird about it. But anyway, going back to it because I designed.
It's okay.
No, I designed this question specifically off of the last time I was able to be at the show, and Chris had said something. We were back in the curtain, and he was like, "Hey, be ready to revamp or whatever." So I've designed this question specifically for that. If you were told tomorrow you have to change your music, even though when your music hits, it's probably top 5 most recognizable songs when it hits. If you had to change that, but you were told you could pick a licensed song, like an actual song from a band, what are you coming out to?
Oh. Well, I'd probably go more for a rock song because that's originally what I wanted anyway. Oh, but a specific one, that's a hard-ass question.
Yeah, it's all I ever think about anymore because I feel like I made a bad choice with mine. So now I think about interests a lot. I came out to Metallica. No, I came out to Metallica. I came out to Sad But True because I thought I was cool. And I waited for the da-da-da-da-da, like that little breakdown. I waited for that to come out of the curtain because I was fucking edgy, dude. So, like, but yeah, like if any song, it doesn't matter what it is. Like now I think about, like I listen to Kubla Khan as a death metal band, and I listen to them and I'm like, I'd come out to this song if I was wrestling now. And then another one would change. I'm like, no, fuck, this one's better. This one's harder. So yeah.
I'd probably come out to In This Moment song. There's a lot of good ones there.
That's a good pick. That's a good pick.
Speaking of licensed songs,
In This Moment is dope. Do you have no idea what we're talking about? But In This Moment is awesome.
No, I don't, but that's perfectly fine because let me tell you something. Alive is a great song.
Alive?
Yes.
By who?
Huh?
What are you talking about? Alive?
Yeah.
By who?
I don't know, whatever that one band is.
What one band?
The one that Landon uses.
Oh, Landon's song?
Yes.
The Natural Causes?
Yeah, that one. Look,
no. So your music, Landon's music, Willie's music, and MK's music, when the kids are in the car,
all that gets played.
They have to have it on the playlist. Like if I don't have it queued up and it doesn't play within like 6 songs when we're on the road, because we drive a lot back and forth to Owensboro, that's where one of them lives, and we're driving back and forth a lot, and like I'll get in the car and before we even start, it's can we listen to MK, and then I'll play it, and then like can we listen to Willie, and then I'll play it. Can we listen to Lizzie's song? Yes, it's already in the queue, man. I risked everyone's life putting it in the queue while we're on the highway.
And that's what I hate.
It was coming.
That's what I hate is like we'll put a song on and they're like, I love this song. It's like, cool. And then 2 seconds later, we're halfway through the chorus before the second verse. It's like, okay, can we listen to so-and-so song? So then we'll change it. And then they want to go right back to listening what we just got done listening to halfway. But I will say, your theme that plays when you come out is a great workout song for the gym.
Yeah.
I play it all the time.
I put it on in the gym the other day.
Because y'all don't even know that I'm a soldier. I just did that.
Shut the fuck up. What the fuck? Do you know how hard it is to do this show with you and understand that you're
First of
bringing
all,
my cool down?
Look, do you not realize that me being on this show, we have taken it to new heights because of my stupidity? You're welcome.
I've spent so much time around you. I talk like you now at home, and it's pissing me off. Like I was playing 2K the other day for the first time in like weeks, and because it was the first time in weeks, somebody like I didn't reverse a move that I always reverse, and I went no freaking shot, and that's what Leon says every time he misses something, and then I put the controller down. Haven't played since.
Look, they called me Leonidas in school for a reason because I am infectious. You're welcome.
What the fuck does that mean?
Exactly.
Do we understand why Santos and this guy are the same fucking guy? And they interrupted my questionnaire. One more. I say they because it's like y'all are the fucking symbiote. Santos is on you here pretty soon. You're going to speak horrifically broken Spanish. So the last question of the questionnaire, and then we're going to get to what we do to wrap it up that is really gonna fuck with you. If you, because it does that, because I have to tell you what Cortland's answer to it was.
No, you don't. No, you don't.
It keeps me up at night.
I know it does.
It haunts me.
Oh God.
Oh damn! I lost.
Yep.
Oh okay. I got it. If you had to stop tomorrow, if you woke up and you were like, I can't wrestle anymore, my body can't take it anymore, it's time to leave the boots in the ring, what do you hope that your legacy is? Like, just right now it all ends, what do you want everyone to have remembered you for?
Oh.
And that's not even the mindfuck question.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're pretty brutal on these things.
I guess just that, I don't know, I held my own just as good as everybody else, but that sounds good, right?
That's actually pretty solid.
That's a really good one. Nobody's had a bad one yet.
Like, you want your legacy to be that you could hang with the big boys. That's perfect. I love it.
Yeah, no one's had a bad one yet. It's always sometimes it's like it feels like a more thought-provoking question than it really is sometimes, and then when you actually get to the end of it, it's like, yeah, no, that's a perfectly suitable answer. This one, however,
this one gets rough.
This is what we end with, and because there's just so many pieces to it. So Leon and I, we like to use hindsight to make our decisions. We think about past decisions we've made and being like, okay, we had a similar situation and we don't want to do that again. We do that a lot with this. So using that kind of thought process about thinking about things in the past and applying them to make things easier, you get to go back in time. You get to go to the day you started training. You've passed your tryout. You get to have a conversation with the younger version of you. You get to give them, you get to give yourself one piece of advice that's going to make the last 7 years, 8 years, I forget what we said the exact number was. It can make anything that was hard during those 7 times, it's going to make it all easier. What is that? And then once you answer, I'll tell you the answer that keeps me up at night.
Well, really, it's just if I had started sooner, because I was already 27 by the time I took my first bump.
Oh, my goodness. That's where I'm at now.
If
That's
I was
awful.
like 16, like if I had found them in Central City, because we're all about the same age, but if I had started when I was 16, hell, I'd be as good as Ray and Thomas now. But if I'd done that, I wouldn't have had my daughter, so I kind of can't go that way either. So I guess it just would have been nice to start sooner.
That's pretty solid.
Yeah, it went back and been like, hey, a little bit too late, but hey, Like,
and seeing that's the thing too, is I'm glad that she said that, because that's kind of where I'm at too, because I'm 26, about to turn 27. And to hear everybody that's in that locker room, especially the younger guys, for me to be coming in so late, I'm kind of like...
And you're older than some of the guys who
yeah,
I feel you.
So,
How do you think I feel, man? Hanging out with you and all
Yeah, but you're
friends.
not in the ring anymore.
No, I'm hanging out with you and all of our
true.
friends. I'm
that's
like
true.
10 years older than
that's
all
true.
of you.
Like, had I known that WWA was around, because I didn't know until July of last year. I had no idea.
Yeah, he literally found out the WWA existed 2 days later. We went to work and he goes, "Do you want to go to a wrestling show with me?" And I was like, "Yeah, who is it?" And he goes, "WWA." And I was like, "Oh, I've been to one of their shows. I live in
I had
Owensboro."
never been.
He's like, "They're this company." And I was like, "I know who they are, man. I'm from Owensboro. I know exactly who the fuck they are."
It was Independence Day, and
go.
had I known, because my biggest thing is I'd always wanted to wrestle. I'd always wanted to get into a ring, but I could never afford it. Like, we didn't have money when I was growing up.
Yeah, we couldn't go
And,
to
you
them
know,
either.
all these wrestling schools around here,
We snuck into the Louisville Gardens one time, though.
like, you know, it's thousands of dollars just to train that you don't even know if you'll make it. And, you know, so had I known that Chris and Ray would train guys for free, you know, because that's how they learned, they didn't, you know, pay, I would have started sooner. I would have started at 18. But I'm very fortunate now to be 26, getting ready to turn 27, starting my career. And so, you know, that would have been my answer too, is start sooner.
All right, you guys ready for the mind fucking? Well, Leon knows
no,
the mind
we're
fuck
not.
answer.
No.
So Cortland
Oh my
Moore.
gosh.
Cortland Moore. Everybody knows he's kind of. He's
That's your
different-
husband.
He's a different kind of cat. Yeah, you fucking ain't right. I love that man to death. He's a different kind of cat. So we
He's
asked
something.
him that question. I have to tell every guest about it because everybody, as soon as I say it, they're like, "Yep, makes sense." We asked Cortland, we're like, "If you go back and you could, you know, do this, what would you do?" And he goes, "You know, that's a really interesting question because I don't think I could do anything. I could go back and tell myself, you know, take care of your body better with the diabetes, but then, you know, it's the butterfly effect. If I were able to go back and tell myself, take care of your diabetes, maybe I never would have met Jen." And I was like,
That
Jesus
multiverse
Christ.
theory.
He pulled out multiverse theory and waxed poetic for like 20 minutes, and I did not sleep that night. I stayed up all night, and I was like, holy shit, we're on a rock spinning through the
Chelsea asked him
cosmos.
why he wasn't in bed, and he goes, "I can't sleep."
She comes out and she's like, "Why are you not in bed?" And I was like, "I can't sleep." And she goes, "Why?" And I was like, "Cortland Moore mind fucked me." And I'm having an existential crisis right now because we live on a rock that's spinning through the infinite cosmos, and there's a possibility that everything that can happen and
There's
will
multiple
happen and
realities.
should have happened happens already in another universe. And I can only imagine the version of myself that did the right thing and is still wrestling and is still happy with it, and it's fucking with me, and I need a moment. And I sat up all night long, just no TV, no music, no video games, no phone. I just stared at the wall for like 8 hours, and I was like, fuck, man. I was like, oh my God, he's completely ruined my psyche. And that's because that's what he was trying to do. But like, he fucked my mind with that. Most people answer something similar like that. It's usually like, oh, you know, I would go back and tell him to, like, don't be a dick when you get there. Don't, like Jet Moses, don't take yourself too seriously. Fucking have some fun.
I don't even remember what Santos's was.
We didn't ask him because he didn't let us.
That's right, his dog was trying to talk. I forgot
we
about
didn't
that.
ask him because he was like, I want to tell you guys a story about Mexico. And then we didn't get to ask him the question. And then he, like, berated me for it as a fan. He goes, you said bad stuff about me. I was like, you said bad stuff about yourself, cocksucker. But, like, yeah, everybody's answer is generally things like that. It's always like, you know, I would just go back and tell myself, like, hey, you know, don't do this or don't do that. It was always simple. Start, you know, hey, maybe we should have started a little younger, so let's take better care of our bodies going forward since we're a little older. But, like, it was always something like that. And then this motherfucker's just like, nothing is real and everything is manufactured. And I was like, shit. He's correct.
That's insane.
But
this has been a amazing episode.
yeah. See, I even said coming in, I was like, I'm a little fucked up because, like, I have one way I can go with this, and I have another way I can go with this, and I have another way I can go with
And we
this.
blended it all.
And
It's
I just
fabulous.
can't figure out which way to go because I'm a good journalist.
And there is a part 2, hopefully, coming up.
Yeah, we're
That'd be
definitely
great.
gonna have to do it again because it was super fun. I had a great time. It's like I told you before. It doesn't matter, like, the level of how much, you know, how comfortable things get at first. I will definitely overcompensate for everyone in the room. I will, if it gets too quiet, I will talk at great lengths about nothing at all, and we will figure. I will say something that catches somebody's attention and make it happen.
We're going to have to do a couples episode
Oh yeah, that'd be super fun.
with Bo
That'd be super
and,
fun.
Bo and Lizzie. That'd be great.
Look at
It'd
you.
be easy because you all live together. You're not on 2 separate calls. That'd be great.
You know, just put it on speaker.
Yo, no, we did. This dumbass over here had the great idea. We did Natural Causes together once. We
The first
interviewed them
episode,
both, and I told him, I was like, dude, I've been podcasting for 5 years now, but like, cause this show existed before Leon, and I was like, I've been podcasting for 5 years now. I have done countless singles. I have talked to people who can't talk, people who can talk, people who didn't let me talk, people who, everything. I've never interviewed a tag team, and that's by design. We're going to step all over each other. And he was like, no, we're not. And sure as fuck, we stepped all over each other.
It was still a good episode.
So when they won the tag belts, he was like, Natural Causes again? I was like, but we do them separate, you son of a bitch. They're separate. I was like, no. Landon gets an hour, and Atlas gets an hour. And that's that. And because that first episode was very sugar centric, and I was like, we gotta give so now that they're like sidekick, I was like, we fucking helped that narrative a long time ago.
We didn't mean to.
Well, you did. I had not.
Whoa, now don't throw me underneath that bandwagon.
I didn't know him. If you notice, I'm more comfortable talking to people closer to my age. Lizzie, Bo, Thomas, Ray, and Chris. I'm more comfortable with the older guests. You're a lot more comfortable with the younger guests.
No, I think it's just because, you're just,
I don't want to be an older.
No. We're the same age. It's fine. We're fine. We're fine. No, but like I don't know how to talk to children. I have so many of them.
That's what's sad.
And I don't know how to talk to them. I don't know how to talk to them.
They're not children.
I just learned
They're
how to talk
young
to
adults.
I just learned how to talk to my daughter like last week.
Look, it's not my fault that I'm a people person and you're not.
Every time I see her, I'm like, that Dolly Parton sure is something, because that's the only thing we bonded over. And
Dolly Parton?
Yeah, I was like, well, I love Dolly. That's my future ex-wife.
You sure do, yeah.
And even though she's 80, I don't give a motherfuck. And then that's Addie's favorite singer. So I was like, that Dolly Parton sure is something. And now I can be like, hey, you have a life and a personality of your own.
How's your mom doing?
Yeah, how's your mom? Remember she hates me?
They all do.
Yeah, they all hate me. Even the one I'm with hates me. For good reason.
Big facts.
For good reason. I'm a real fucking asshole.
You are. He said he finally admitted it, folks.
Nah, I just have a case of fuck arounds too much. I get bitched at all the time. Will you stop that? I'm in the middle of doing something. And I'm like, I'm sorry to annoy you with my friendship. And then I leave the room because I'm a piece of shit. So like, I just don't know how to talk to the kids. I have such a hard time talking to anybody under 25 because I think you're stupid until your cortex fully develops. I don't know how to talk to you.
Hey,
you're fine. You're 26. But when I met you, I thought you were a fucking idiot. So, but anyway, I do want to just give a moment to let you have a chance to tell everybody where they can find your matches, where they can see all your stuff out there. Because even though social media is a fucking cesspool full of nothing but poison, it is the best way to get this medium out there. So if you want to just take a minute to everybody where they can find your stuff, and then we'll wrap this thing up for you.
The only thing I really have is a TikTok. It's 6Lizzie6, I think, because I made 5 that didn't work right. So we did 6. And then we're in Hartford this week.
Fingers crossed.
hopefully.
Yeah, fingers crossed.
That massive storm coming in.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah, I really hope it doesn't get canceled. I really want to beat someone up this week.
you have no idea. Like, this guy's probably going to miss it because the job is a piece of shit to him. But me and Caleb are talking. We were like, all right, so if Leon doesn't get to go, are we going? Is what I sent. And he was like, yeah. And he's like, yeah, we're going. I was like, good. I don't want to miss 2 in a row.
Fingers crossed I get to make it. I hope
can't
so. I
miss
got
2
to
in a
message
row.
Chris too and let him know.
Guys, this has been a super fun episode. My arm is wrapped up in this thing. I'm sweating my ass off. But it has been a super fun episode. We got to figure out
It's been great.
We got to figure out the studio space, but we got to figure out, get me like a little air conditioner down
Big
here.
homie, you're sitting right by the window.
I know, and I'm burning up. Guys, it's been super fun. I love this. We're going to come back and do part 2. We're going to figure that out for you guys. Next week, I do want to make the announcement. Next week, our guest will be the Iron Demon, Shane Mercer. How did Casey pull that off? I'm never going to tell that secret. I pulled it off, though. I got a hold of him. It was very easy. He's going to come on the show. We're super excited for that one. And then we're going to go into our Black History Month episodes where we will only be discussing black excellence within professional wrestling. I do it for Pride Month. We're doing it again.
And there may be a surprise that you don't know about yet. I'll tell you about that later.
Jesus Christ, this guy over here. But we love you all. We appreciate y'all giving us an hour of your time. Y'all get out of here. Take care of each other. Be safe during this snowstorm, y'all. Thanks, Mom.
Thanks, Bo.